Welcome to the 50 for 50 podcast for Sycamore View Church in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm your host, Anna Moser. In 2028, our church will turn 50. As we look forward to that celebration, we're taking a look back at the stories and people who have shaped our church. 50 stories over 50 months to celebrate 50 years. I encourage you to jump on our website, sycamoreview.org/50-4-50 to watch a short video telling this month's story. We'll be diving deeper into that story here with a special guest each month. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to the 50 for 50 podcast. It's the month of June, and this month we're talking about the grocery giveaway, and I have with me today two of our shepherds who are very involved in the grocery giveaway. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Jeff. Tell us who you are and how long you've been at Sycamore View and what brought you here originally.
Well, my name is Jeff Cozzens. I'm honored to be one of the shepherds here at Sycamore View. I joined Sycamore View in 1985, and it was maybe a couple of months before I married my wife, Kathy, and we wanted to raise our family together, and so I joined Sycamore View, and I love it. I've been here ever since.
That's awesome.
I'm Doyle Bradsher. I became a member at Sycamore View in 2001. I really liked the several things here. One was the worship service. I thought was very enthusiastic. I think they have had a lot of good outreach programs going on, service type activities that I like. So it was. I've been happy with the choice.
That's good. I feel like Doyle, you've been here so much longer than that. If I had to guess, I wouldn't have said 2001. But you guys moved to Memphis.
Yeah.
Around then, so yeah. Okay, so this month, like I mentioned, I encourage everybody to go check out the video that talks about the grocery giveaway. Was something we started back in 2020 during the pandemic, and just people were wanting, how can I help my neighbor? How can we help people who are in need of food? And so we started, I think it started monthly at first, and then now it's every other month. And so over the course of those years, we've had over 4,000 bags given out for the grocery giveaway, which is amazing. Happens on a Saturday morning, pack bags on Friday night, and Saturday morning hand them out. So when did each of you get involved in the grocery giveaway, and what's been your role with it? So Jeff, go first.
Well, I started with it whenever we started, and it sounded like something that I would want to do, because I like the idea of ministry starting at home, starting right here where we live. And I think that it was just a unique opportunity to get to meet people and to serve other folks.
And you're the prayer warrior.
Well, I wouldn't say a prayer warrior, but it's one of the things that I enjoy doing is praying with people and developing relationships with people through the years.
Yeah, I love that. Meeting the physical need, but then there's an opportunity for them to have spiritual needs met too. And that's been there since the beginning. I think Kathy Moss was insistent that we have a prayer station, and so that's been happening ever since. What about you, Doyle?
Well, it's back in COVID 2020, we were thinking about what we could do to serve the community, thinking about something maybe we could do that would be good for members as well. And so we saw at that time there were a number of churches that had church giveaways, grocery giveaways. Most of them, I think, were sponsored by the food bank, but a lot were using churches to do that. And so we looked at it to what would be good for us, and we decided that we would do that as well, that we would do it ourselves without the food bank. And so we did, and it's functioned really well. Yeah.
And you help get all the food here on that Friday. Super Low comes and delivers, and you and Terry help coordinate that.
When we're doing that, when we're looking at it, Terry Miller and I were looking at it, and we decided that it would be a good thing to do. So we got leadership approval for it.
Yeah.
We both worked, as well as Randy and Kathy Moss helped us at that time as well to set the program up. We looked at how to do it, what we would do with it, and so we decided that it would work best if, I took over the responsibility for making sure the groceries were ordered and delivered, and then helped with it, and Terry took over the responsibility for managing the grocery giveaway days. So that Friday and Saturday he would manage that. And so it worked out really well.
Yeah, that's neat. I've been here both on the Friday and the Saturday, and the Friday night is always a little bit of organized chaos because we usually have several families with little ones that come to help. And Terry, if anybody knows him, he's a veteran, so
Right.
does things by the book and organized. There was one night where I did like a father-son stuffing the bags,
Right.
and Terry's like, "We're never doing this again. We need more adults here." So now there needs to be at least a couple parents with kids because some of the glass jars broke that night. But again, it's just a sweet time it's a great way for kids to serve with their families on that Friday night. Yeah. Then Saturday morning, a different group of volunteers comes and passes out the groceries. I think what's neat about the grocery giveaway that's different than some other things we do, like the pantry, we keep a list of who comes to the pantry, and you kind of we have to make sure you're in our zip code, and we do all those things to make sure we're following up with people. But with the grocery giveaway, what's neat is you don't have to have any proof of you need these groceries. All you have to do is drive up and we'll give them to you. We're not keeping a list. It's a lot of the same people that come back every other month. There's been a few times we've had people from our church that I've recognized that come through the grocery giveaway. But I feel like it's a really, there's no judgment or anything of like, why do you need this? I just think it's an opportunity for anybody to know about. All they have to do is just drive up. They don't have to sign up or anything like that. So it's been neat to see how that goes. And it's a well-oiled machine run by Terry and you, Doyle, to make that happen. What is your favorite part of the grocery giveaway? What keeps you coming back to keep serving with it all these years?
Well, for me, it's building relationships with people. It's not enough for us. Yes, we need to help feed folks, but that's only really part of the picture. The other part is trying to feed them spiritually and to address spiritual needs that they have. And, some people are much more open about it, rather transactional, while others, particularly, through the years as I've done it, there's people I know by name. And knowing that those people are going to want to know where I'm at. And knowing that those folks want me to pray for them. I consider it an honor that somebody thinks that that I could help them.
Yeah.
And those types of relationships to me are just priceless. And that's what keeps me coming back, is knowing that this is my opportunity to be the hands and the feet of the Lord, and to live out the Beatitudes. I was hungry and you fed me. These are this is what the Lord wants from us. And it's an honor.
What about you, Doyle?
Oh, I think mine is similar. I enjoy visiting with the people the most. There are fun things to do, but that's enjoyable. It's nice. I get to visit typically with them before the grocery giveaway actually commences, and so it's a fun time to visit a little bit and get what's going on with people. It's one that is active, that you're doing through the day, and so it's good to have those going on. There's a side time you mentioned about the pack when you get the kids together on the Fridays.
Yeah.
The first one that we had on that, we did it during COVID, so we were outside. And we had no experience doing it whatsoever. It was our first try at it. We set up tables outside, worked with it, and we had mostly families there with their kids. It was hilarious. It was just a really fun time. And the kids were just going crazy. It was chaos, but it was just fun as it could be. So there are times that it's fun with that. It's also times where it's moving. I know Jeff gets that when he has prayers with people. Sometimes you hear stories about what's going on. We're blessed by that, but it's heartwarming to hear, and people share it pretty freely. So it's I keep coming back to it because it's a good way to help people physically and spiritually, and that benefit flows right over to us. It's a joyful thing when you can do that.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. This next question, I know that we could probably gab for hours about kind of favorite stories from grocery giveaway or memories, but can you think of one each of a moment or an interaction that you'll remember?
One time we were giving away groceries, and this lady came up, and she had a really nice car. And you think, okay, what is going on here? Yeah. But then whenever we go through prayer, talk to him, this lady was very upset, and she was crying. And she had just been laid off. Okay. So you don't know what's going on with folks. And you really have to accept folks as they are and take it from there. I remember that was one, and there's another short one. The previous month, me and this guy, we were praying together, and I forgot exactly what it was about. There's lots of folks that come through. But the next month he came back and he said, it really helped. Now I thought, okay, now this is supposed to help all the time. Yeah. But it was great to get some direct feedback. And he thought enough to tell me. Yeah. That his wife had a good report from the oncologist, and things were looking up. And we had a celebration prayer. It's not always just give me. There's times that we celebrate what the Lord is doing in our lives.
Yeah, I love that.
I have a favorite story, but before I tell you the favorite story, I want to mention sometimes people really surprise you. I've had several times where I've prayed with someone, and at the end they'll say, well, now let me pray for you. And it's amazing. You think, well, boy, that prayer was so much better than mine. And they really do a good job. We get some fine Christian people that come in for grocery giveaway. But my favorite story is I think, Anna, you were the ones over giving out groceries in this story, as I recall. And Jeff was down on the prayer line, and before him was our minister, Josh. And so you handed out the groceries, and you mentioned to them, this is our minister down here, pointed to Josh, and he'll be glad to pray with you if you want a prayer. And so the people proceeded to drive on down this road, but they drove right past Josh to Jeff. And I remember smiling when that happened. I thought, wow. And it's a testament to the job that Jeff does on praying with people over there. Yeah. And it's fun to watch. I'm not sure what I was doing other than just standing over there, but anyway, I did witness that.
Watching.
Yeah, but Doyle, I've seen you connect with people in a very deep way.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are both really, really great in those moments. And yeah, they really come looking for Jeff. And the times that Jeff hasn't been able to be there for different reasons, they're like, is he okay? Like, they're asking us about you and saying, we'll be praying for him. And so it's just a special relationship that you all built with a lot of the same people that come by. And one of my favorites is there's sometimes kids in the car with their parents. And I just think through, like, what that must be like for a kid to know, like, I guess we're having to go through this line to get some food, but just getting to smile and wave at them. And there have been times where we've been able to give out little things for the kids or tell them about a kid's event coming up and just trying to interact with them, because I know that that's like a memory that they'll hold on to too. But I'm just thankful that we make it a very anonymous thing, that you can just show up and be gifted with this bag and we don't expect anything in return. But it's neat to engage with some of the kids that are in the car. Sometimes there's a dog, or sometimes there's all sorts of things when you open up somebody's trunk to put a bag of groceries in there. But it's fun to serve with other people that are there too. If somebody wants to get involved with the grocery giveaway and they haven't before, what ways can they get involved? Signing up to serve on Friday night, obviously, or Saturday morning. Is there anything else to help out?
I think that, and Doyle's already mentioned this, but I think the family connection is really strong. I think if you have kids, if you have nieces, nephews, I really think it's important. I know my grandkids have been up here, and we've talked about it before they come up and help, and make sure you don't drop the glass and all that, but also talk about developing empathy in our young people, and we don't need to assume that it's going to happen. And the grocery giveaway is one of the many opportunities we have here at Sycamore View to develop spiritually, but also help develop a young person's character and to live out the gospel.
Yeah, that's good.
I think all they need to do is talk to Terry Miller.
Yeah.
If they're interested.
Really?
He'll put them on the list, and they'll hear from you all the time.
Yeah, and the best part about volunteering, well, it's not the best, but one of the best parts is you get a text from Terry that's like a Bitmoji to thank you after serving. And if you know Terry, that's way out of character. I think one of his kids or grandkids taught him how to do that. But yeah, we're talking a lot about Terry because he didn't want to be on the podcast, but we're just going to talk about him. He's the heart and the brains behind a lot of this, along with both of you. But I'm just really thankful for the ways that you shepherd our church, but then also the ways that you are out in the community through the grocery giveaway and our homeless ministry. Lots of ways that you're tending to the flock, even outside of our church, and letting them know that we're a place that they're always welcome to come to. Before we end today, I've asked each of you if you want to share a brief prayer or hope that you have for our church, kind of as we look back over 50 years and look forward towards the future. What would you say, Jeff?
My hope would be that we continue with programs like this, but that we continue to reach out like a sycamore tree. And you've got these roots, and these roots go deep and wide into the community. And that we constantly look for ways to minister to people in all different aspects of life. And I think it's a deliberate act. It's something that doesn't just happen, and Doyle's talked about that in terms of getting everything organized, and so have you. And my hope is that we continue this program and look for even more opportunities to be the hands and feet of the Lord.
Similarly, I think my hope would be that some things that I think we do fairly well now, that we'd continue to do better and better, that our worship service would become even more enthusiastic than it is, that our serving and outreach would be more productive and more fruitful, and that we just be better servants doing what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today, and I hope everybody will come back next month. We'll be in July, and we'll be at camp, and so we're going to be talking about camp, Sycamore View Camp, next month. So we'll see you then.